Hello. Today, another deviation from my bar walk. And the scenery today is from a bridge, very quiet on a cloudy, cool day that could be considered negative or mystical. I'm going for the mystical. And the topic is the paradox of love. So pay attention. The paradox of love happens or becomes a paradox because if you think back, your happiest moments when you were loved or you were loving, and your worst moments were when you were not loved or did not love. So it's interesting to see that the studies of emotions, especially the emotions that are recognizable across cultures, about 7 to 9. There are more emotions, but those are the recognizable, like surprise, disgust, fear, anger, happy. Yet love is not included in there. You can't recognize love from facial expressions. And the reason is that love is a family of the best of your emotions, the best of your cognitions, is really a consciousness of your humanity at its best. And then when we go to relationships, some of the misconceptions that we have is that someone is giving you something you don't have. Big mistake. Because if you go there to take, once you've taken, you're done. Or if you go there to give, once you've given, you're done. So, love is really a co-authoring of the best of you with whoever you choose to share. And there are several issues that need to be discussed here in order to maintain a good relationship. First is that a relationship is not one of ownership, but actually of belongingness without ownership. Also, a relationship is tested not at its best, but at its worst. And what happens that if the relationship is tested during difficult times, during storms of indiscretions or mistakes or anger, things that you said that you shouldn't have, you've done that you shouldn't have. At that point, you need to bring in what I call the totality of the relationship to weigh it against what happened. If you don't, it'll be, what have you done for me lately? And that doesn't work. That just doesn't work. And at that point, then you decide, is a relationship in its patterns and its totality worthy? Then let's work on the imperfections. If it's not the pattern of goodness and all the nourishment that you expect, then let's work on ending it without hurting each other. So, love is a paradox, but we can't live without it. The most important part of it is that you have to learn to love yourself first. That sounds very quaint and superficial, but it's not. You have to learn to love yourself. And I'm not just going to leave it there like most people do. Just love yourself. How the hell do you do it? Well, I'm going to tell you how you do it. The three components of love. One is joy. The other one is belongingness. And the third is companionship. So when you go somewhere, it's easy to see it. Easy to see that somebody gives you joy, that they give you a sense of belongingness, and that they give you companionship. So how do you cultivate that on your own? Well, you look at the terrains of each of the ingredients. The terrain of joy is self-valuation, self-significance. So the way you cultivate it by yourself is you give significance to what you do and you assess the significance of what you're doing. Belongingness. Belongingness, the terrain is permission to be. And the way you cultivate it with yourself is to give yourself permission to be wherever you are and feel the embodiment of you being there. And the third, companionship, which most people would think, well, how can you have a companionship with yourself? And the terrain of companionship with yourself is how you treat yourself when nobody's looking. Do you do special dinners for yourself? Do you forgive yourself? Are you kind to yourself? Do you keep your commitments to yourself? And that is the companionship. Once you have all those three worked out, or at least to a point where you feel comfortable that you're in tune with yourself, then you go share it with someone. You don't take it, you go share it with someone. When it's over, you bring it back. You lost the connection, but not the ingredients of love. So I hope this helps in the sense of giving you at least some guidance into the paradox of love, the ingredients that make it a paradox, and knowing that you have a gift that angels envy, because angels are immortal and it's very easy to love as an immortal. But human beings love knowing their mortality. It takes a lot of existential and transcendental courage and hope and trust. Enjoy your love with yourself and then co-author it.